Hello everyone, welcome to another technical series on Thought Data's Enterprise 360 Unified AIOps Observability Solution from Thought Data. In this solution session, we are going to discuss about SNMP monitoring part 2. In the previous session, we talked about how to enable SNMP monitoring in Enterprise 360 and how do you provision the devices and set up the devices for monitoring. In this session, we are going to take a look at how do you troubleshoot problems for various networking related use cases in Enterprise 360 using SNMP datasets, which are already provisioned for monitoring. As we discussed in the previous topic, you can enable any SNMP enabled device for monitoring in Enterprise 360, and the sensor which is used for monitoring is called as NetSense SNMP Polar. And once you have provisioned the devices properly for monitoring, it's a continuous monitoring which is always on. Tracking the device health and the link health and all the traffic related parameters from the links. There's a continuous monitoring which is on in Enterprise 360. And various classes of devices, routers, switches, firewalls, access points, any kind of SNMP enabled devices are continuously getting monitored and tracked in Enterprise 360. As we also discussed, by default, when you provision a device for monitoring, the default profile which is associated with the SNMP device polls standard MIPS, but the Enterprise 360 product also has tremendous capability to poll any vendor class specialized MIPS from the devices. We're going to discuss about how do you provision specialized MIPS or vendor specialized MIPS for monitoring in subsequent sessions. So look out for that session and on that topic. So let's take a look at the different kinds of dashboards which are available in Enterprise 360 for doing network monitoring. So the most commonly used dashboards in Enterprise 360 is the network monitoring summary, link monitor, node monitor, network links, critical links monitoring, and the related alerts and reports for network monitoring. And the network monitoring summary dashboard provides a bird's eye view of the entire networking monitoring. From a IT network monitoring standpoint, where you can get to understand the number of devices which you have enabled the monitoring, the devices which are down, links which are running into problems, devices which are running into problems. Various kinds of high-level problems are portrayed in the network monitoring summary dashboard. And from there, you can identify any problem and you can quickly drill down and navigate into subsequent dashboards to troubleshoot the problem in a much wider and detailed context. The link monitor is designed to provide in-depth analysis of network links. Any device which is enabled for monitoring, the Enterprise 360 is continuously tracking the links on those devices. So you can study individual links for traffic monitoring parameters. Various kinds of traffic monitoring characteristics and statistics are derived on the link, and these are all portrayed inside the link monitor. The node monitor is designed to provide device level statistics related to device health, information about the device, and high level interface related health. And the network links provides a summary of all the links which are there in the network. You can also filter on various kinds of links, group them into different categories, and you can troubleshoot group-based links monitoring as well. The critical links monitoring is a dashboard which is a customizable dashboard, and by default it is designed to provide the monitoring for various critical links inside the IT network. So typically there are various kinds of network devices in an IT environment, and a lot of links are there on devices. But if you want to only monitor some critical links which matter to your IT network, like WAN related links or firewall related links or internet related leased links or whatever are the critical links on your IT network, you can only filter those kinds of links inside the critical links monitoring and customize the dashboard. So the dashboard only shows only those links which are most important to your IT environment. And you can also set up different kinds of alerts on those links as well. Alerts and reports are a generic concept in Enterprise 360. It applies to network monitoring, infra monitoring, and all the monitoring inside Enterprise 360. We're going to take a look at alerts and reports in a very detailed level in a subsequent topic. But we're going to touch upon what kinds of alerts capabilities are there in network monitoring in this session. Also, watch out for another session wherein we are going to discuss about device and vendor specialized dashboards. Enterprise 360, as I mentioned, can also bring custom MIBs from individual vendor class devices. And there are specialized dashboards in Enterprise 360 which are designed to showcase different SNMP based statistics which are brought from custom MIBs from vendor specialized MIBs from the devices. And these are all grouped into different vendor class monitors. Like Cisco monitor shows a lot of information about Cisco devices health, likewise Fortinet monitor and so on. So we're going to take a look at these things in one of the upcoming topics. So watch out for that session as well. All right, so let's jump and deep dive into dashboards for network monitoring. So let's go to Enterprise 360 and let's get started. So the first monitoring dashboard we're going to take a look at is network monitoring summary. As I mentioned, inside Enterprise 360, this dashboard provides a bird's eye view of the entire network. This is a default dashboard, but it can also be customized according to your needs. But the default dashboard itself is designed to provide high-level problematic situations, from a network monitoring standpoint. As you can see on the top left-hand corner, number of devices which are getting monitored, each and every SNMP device which is getting monitored is listed here, and how many devices are actually down currently and how many of them are up are actually shown. So this is a real-time view, as and when the data is coming into the Enterprise 360, it portrays a real-time information about the availability of those devices which are getting monitored. Likewise, the devices which are getting monitored and which are up on those devices, if there are any link-related problems which are going on, any of the links which are dropping packets, any of the links which are resulting in errors, and any of the links which are resulting in high traffic utilization, like greater than 90%, you can track those kinds of conditions as well. Again, this year threshold value like 90% and everything, you can customize according to your needs. You can edit these panels and you can customize it. Again, link status across all these devices which are up and running. There could be hundreds of links across all these devices. How many links are actually down and how many of them are up, right? So operationally, the way Enterprise 360 tracks is any links which are operationally down, they're counted as down. So typically, it is important to note that the links which are basically not used on the routers and switches and firewalls, so they have to be administratively shut down, and operationally they're also down. So here we are going to track about administration status and operationally whether they're up or whether they are down. So any link which is administratively up but operationally down is counted as down, right? And the total number of links which are across all these devices are also there, right? Packet loss is another thing which is an important criteria. You want to look at if any of the links are resulting in packet loss, and whether what percentage of packet loss is actually going on, whether the amount of traffic, like there's one link here which is having up to 2% packet loss. Sometimes it can go up, right? So they are bucketized and they're shown as a statistical information right here. Device related hardware issues are also shown here. This comes from actually vendor specialized MIPS, and it depends on whether you have Cisco or whether any kind of different kinds of hardware. So we track various kinds of information related to power supply, fan, and temperature. If any of the devices are resulting in various kinds of hardware related issues, you can get to know those details here as well. Now, once the devices are actually down or any of the devices are going down, you would like to understand where these devices are down. So typically you need to group the devices as a part of configuration. So on the left-hand side, if you notice here, there is service group definition. If you go under this definition, you can identify and define different kinds of groups. So you can do subnet-based grouping, IP address-based grouping of devices and everything. So you can click here. If you notice here, there are group definitions which are added. For example, you want to identify an individual IP address, and you can qualify it as a group, or you can also qualify it, multiple IP addresses and create a group based on multiple IP addresses. Or you can also create subnet-based groups as well, right? So you can add a new group identify a particular category here called host, and give this name like for a site name, something like this, and you can also give the respective devices in a subnet range, something like this, right? You can also comma separate the subnets and give comma separated subnets, comma separated IP addresses, whichever you would like to group it, you can actually group it, right? Now coming back to the network monitoring summary dashboard, it shows you once you have done the grouping, it takes about 5 minutes to perform the grouping. It will show you the devices in the group. And this is a dashboard, which is a real-time dashboard. And you can take a look at the dashboard. You can also put it on an Knox screen, and the dashboard will automatically refresh according to the time frame what you have selected. And right now you're looking at the data from last 12 hours. So some of the panels are showing real time wherever it reads in the bracket real time. It is showing real-time statistics wherever there is no real-time, like for example, links with high packet drops. So these panels are inheriting the time duration of the dashboard, like it's showing the data for last 12 hours, right? How many number of drops have actually occurred, right? So, so there is a blend of both real-time information and historical data in one single dashboard. So this panel shows devices which are down in what specific groups or locations according to whatever groups you have created. This panel shows availability of the links. How many links are having outage kind of a situations. As you can see here, there is one link outage which is actually going on, right? It is, and you can also do link-based grouping, right? Not just device-based grouping. You can also do link-based grouping. How do you do link-based grouping? Again, go back to your service group definition here. You can actually add a link-based group. You can select host and link options here, and you can select the host option and provide the link something like this. You have the IP address of the device, and you can specify the link ID, something like this as an example. So you can provide like this. So can provide comma separated information like this, and you can call it as link group, right? Something, an example like this, right? So what this means is basically link number 10, which is the ID of the link, and link number 11, which is the ID of the link on this particular device called 1.154. These two links will be grouped as link group 1, right? So you can specify and define groups like this and qualify various links under different kinds of groups. So coming back again to the dashboard, so this actually shows you link group level visibility as well. Again, link groups are different than device groups, right? So there are two separate grouping characteristics, right? There can be parallel link groups and parallel device groups. And this shows you which link is down in what particular group. And it also shows you the availability of the links in each and every group, right? So this shows you various kinds of flaps which are occurring. If any of the link is flapping, that also is shown here. You can take a look at any of these panels. You can zoom in and you can identify. You can scroll on the dashboard. You can specify specific time durations, and you can identify which link on what device IP address and what is the link name, and what time frames on which the link flap situations are going on. So a flap situation is basically the link is going up and down. So there is some kind of a problem which is going on. So if any of the link is flapping, you can get to know about it right here, right? So you can always navigate back from the panel back into the main dashboard using the back button on the top left-hand corner. So you can go back, right? So you can also set up alerts. We'll cover the alerts and reports in one of the subsequent topics. So if alerts are configured, you'll also get to see all the alerts which are coming into the main dashboard as well. You'll also get to see the time when the devices went down. If there's a historical and real-time record of the devices whenever it actually goes down. So if you zoom in on this, you'll get to see which are all these devices which are actually down, and when exactly they went down, how long, so since they're down from what time duration, right? What time stamp, right? So you'll get to see exact timestamp of when those devices went down, right? So if any of the links are dropping packets, you'll get to see that. You'll get to know the link name and the alias of the link. If you have defined the alias on the device, you'll get to see that, the IP address of the device, and total number of drops in the time duration of your troubleshooting. You can always select the time duration of your interest for troubleshooting. So whatever is your time, whatever you select, the dashboard will automatically adapt to that, right? And you can also see the breakup of the drops with respect to in drops and out drops. So all those things are available. And you can also see historical down duration. This is real time about the devices which are currently down. So these 11 devices which are currently down are listed here. But in the last 12 hours, if any of the device went down historically in last 12 hours, right, and it came back, a record is actually maintained. So you'll get to see that details in this particular panel. If any of the links is having packet related errors, you will get to see that here. What is the link name, device IP address, and total number of errors. You'll also get distribution of those errors, whether they are happening on the link in the incoming direction or in the outgoing direction. And this provides high utilization links. Again, here we are tracking greater than 90% by default. And if you wish to change this, you can always edit the dashboard like this. And you can change this particular number. And this is the threshold number on which it is tracking. If you would wish to do it at 80%, 70%, whatever number you want, you can customize your dashboard. Say just say change and apply. So right now it is tracking 90%. Any links which are having greater than 90% utilization will show up here in this panel. And you'll get to see what is the average utilization, peak utilization, what is the link name, what device IP address, the host name of the device, and to which group it belongs, right? And there are some trending charts here which gives you perspective of when the problems are occurring. For example, when packet drops are going on, packet related errors are going on, high utilization is going on, or any bandwidth kind of problems are going on. The overtime trend charts provides you more detailed information about whether the problems what you are seeing are a consistent problem over last 12 hours time duration or whatever specific time duration you choose in the dashboard here, or whether it was a one of a case, right? So the overtime trend charts will give you that level of details. So you can see here certain link here is consistently having a packet drops, which high errors kind of a condition. Whereas the packet drops, on this particular link, whatever link we are discussing here, happened only once, right? So in one instance, right? For each of the chart, you can zoom in. As I mentioned, you can zoom in on the charts using the view option, and you can also select individual labels and study the data according to your needs, right? You can look at a particular link of interest, particular link of interest, or all links, right? You can select all the links as well. Yeah. You can also time swipe inside the charts. For example, here you can look at high errors here. You can zoom in on the chart and you're interested in this specific spike which happened. So you can just drag and extend the time duration. Only that time duration will be expanded. So the query, you can see here, the time duration of your interest has been set in the dashboard, and you're now looking at only that specific time duration. And if you go back, the entire dashboard now is focused on that specific time duration, right? And if you want to reset that, you can always reset that according to your requirements. Yeah. So again, high utilization overtime trend is available here, and this also provides bandwidth utilization on the links. Again, here we are tracking any link which has greater than 100 Mbps, and you can customize this again according to your needs. Edit the panel and change whatever is the minimal threshold criteria you want to track in the dashboard. Yep. So this is the network monitoring summary. From the network monitoring summary, you can actually drill down into further troubleshooting. For example, there are various drill down options which are available here. As you can notice here, anything which is underlined, there is a drill down available on that, right? For example, there is a link which is having high utilization here. You want to see what this high utilization is from this context. You can select the link and you can navigate into subsequent dashboards to further troubleshoot, right? So this takes us to the link monitor, which is the next topic in this session. So the link monitor is designed to provide link level statistics on any particular device and any particular link. So we came with the context of a link, but we can take a step back and select all the links of this particular device. So, and let's troubleshoot all the links. So you can come here, you can select any device of your interest, which is your router, switch, or access point, or firewall. So right now I have selected one IP address here, and you can see all the links which are belonging to this particular device. What is this device? The information about the device is available right here. So it's a Cisco Catalyst switch, as you can see here, 3850 series. You can get to know the software version and all the details of the device. And you can get to know the each and every link related high level status, right? What is the last poll duration of the link, and what is the MAC address, what is the speed, what is the administration status and operational status of this link, and what is the alias, whatever you have set on the device side, right? You can also see any of the links if there are undergoing any configuration related changes, right? You can get to see those details. If there are any flap conditions which are occurring on this particular device, you can get to see that. You can also get to see how many links operational status is changing and administration status is changing with respect to time duration, right? So let's say last 12 hours, right? So all the links here, you can see some links are constantly down, some links are constantly up, right? So if any of the changes are occurring, we'll get to see that. So this does not have any links which are flapping this device. So let's select any device which has some kind of a flapping which is going on. As you can notice here, I've selected one device. So this device, there is some flapping going on certain links. So let's see, it's the time duration here. Let's swipe the time duration of interest. So you can notice here the Ethernet interface 1, 2, and 0, 1, and 2, they're consistently flapping, right? For some reason on this particular device, right? And every single time, and you can see the operational status is going up and down, right? So there is a change in the operational status, yeah, and administration status also is changing. So so if you look at here, the flap times are available here. When exactly the link actually went down, you can zoom in again on this particular panel. When exactly the status went down and what was the time of the status change, right? Exactly the timestamp when it actually occurred. So each and every time a link goes down, link comes up, there is a record which is maintained, and there is a flap condition, and there is a timestamp associated with that. So this helps you to study, what is actually going on from a flap standpoint. And every single time when an outage occurs, the system automatically computes the outage history. So between the time when it is down and till the time it is actually up, so there is a down duration. So it automatically computes the down duration. So you'll get to see how many times a particular link actually went down. And each time when it went down, from what time to what time it was down, and what was the duration of the outage, right? So you'll get to see all those details in the outage history. Now moving on down, let's come back to another device where we have some good amount of traffic. Now, this chart provides you the most critical information related to the network utilization, which is the link utilization. Now, link utilization is computed based on the speed. The system automatically understands the speed of the link, which it learns through SNMP, and computes the utilization every single time it is polling the data. So the total traffic, whatever it is, statistical information is coming, is computed against the speed of the link, and the utilization is computed, and it is continuously plotted, right? And you can also come here and select filters, which is very important when you're troubleshooting any specific link. For example, like I'm interested in a particular link. I come here, I select that particular link, and the entire dashboard now gets filtered on this particular link, which is of our interest, right? And you can study the continuous link utilization. You can adjust the time duration as always, whatever is your condition. Like now you're looking at the data from last 7 days. You can see this has have a problem, right? So many times the link utilization is spiking at 100%, right? So you can get to see, how often the situation is actually occurring, and you can get to see all the details. So, quite consistently, this link is hitting 100% utilization. If the link is having packet drops, you'll get to see that here. If the link is having any kind of errors, you'll get to see that here. If there are any kind of If there are any kind of if you are interested in studying the traffic throughput rate, you can get to that details right here. The total traffic throughput volume basically is available here on the particular link, which is the bits per second, plotted in bits per second. And you can also get to see the traffic throughput rate both in the incoming direction as well as in the outgoing direction in these two specific charts. So you can get to understand the traffic throughput rates on the link. So this provides the total volume of traffic, while this provides the traffic throughput rate, which is the bandwidth consumption. This will provide you the total volume of traffic which is running on the link, right? So it is continuously tracking the total incoming and outgoing direction traffic volume on the particular link. The error rate chart shows you what amount of errors are actually occurring on the link, and the total number of errors are counted against the total packet count to compute the error rate. So you'll get to understand what percentage of traffic is resulting in errors on the link. You'll also get to see what is the incoming and outgoing unicast packet rates, right? It's something of interest to find out whether you are dealing with unicast. Likewise, there are broadcast packets and multicast packets. If there are too much of broadcast or multicast kind of traffic going on the link, you will get all those details from these charts as well. So the table provides you cumulative statistics for the time duration of selection. So if you come back here and if you're interested to see what is the total amount of traffic which has translated in last 12 hours on this particular link, you will get cumulative statistics in this particular table. So the link monitor is designed to provide you capability to study individual link in depth and troubleshoot traffic related parameters and associated statistics, and discover problems related to bandwidth, discover problems related to packet drops and errors, and volume of traffic throughput rate, and all traffic related monitoring happens in the link monitor, which is one of the most commonly used dashboards. All right, so from again here, you can jump in, you can actually go into various other screens. Let's go into node level monitor. So the node level monitor, also called as network node monitor, is designed to provide device related statistics. For example, you can come here and you can select a particular router or switch. You will get to see who is the vendor of this device, and you can get to see the uptime of this particular device computed, and whether there was any outage on this device, and if there was an outage, when the outage actually occurred on the device. You'll also get to see port level usage on the device, how many ports are free and how many ports are available. We'll get to see all those details. And you can also see the downtime trend, operational status, and high level interface related statistics on this particular device. So the node level monitor is designed more from a network device standpoint rather than from a link standpoint. We also have few more links related dashboards called network related links. As you can see here, network links. This will show you a list of all kinds of links across all the devices, and you can get to see which are all links which are actually down. You can sort on operational status, right? You can get to see all the details as well, right? So some of these dashboards are interlinked with other dashboards, and for a drill down, you will actually land in these dashboards before you get into final details. All right, so then let's look into critical links dashboard. So the critical links dashboard is a customized dashboard. A sample template is available in Enterprise 360. However, you can customize it according to your requirements. So the critical link monitoring dashboard provides you information about only the critical links which matter to your IT environment. So you can come here, you can customize your dashboard, you can edit here, and you can give specific device IP addresses and link names which is of your interest, and customize this entire dashboard according to what you want to see. So it will show you the availability status, the real-time status of this particular critical links. What is the bandwidth usage, minimum usage, maximum usage, right? It will also track the usage, bandwidth usage, and you can also set up alerts on individual links. So there are sample panels which are actually available, but you can just copy paste these panels, duplicate these panels, and replicate the panels to customize the dashboard to see only those links, status and trends which matter to your IT environment, right? So the critical link monitoring dashboard is just a sample template, but you can use that to customize your monitoring to target on critical links in your IT network. All right, so those are the different areas in network monitoring for SNMP. Alerts, we are going to talk about alerts. There are various kinds of alerts which are available in Enterprise 360, and we're going to do a detailed session on the alerts. And let's take a look at alerts as an example. We'll touch upon network related alerts, as you can see here. We'll cover this in depth about how the alerts actually work in Enterprise 360. But out-of-box alerts are actually available to track link down situations, network device down situations, hardware-related health, bandwidth-related health, right? Utilization-related alerts, flag-related situations. So there are various kinds of out-of-box alerts which are already available, and these alerts will start firing as soon as you enable the monitoring. We're going to take a look at detail about alerts in one of the subsequent sessions. But we're going to introduce just alerts in this particular session. And there is report-related configuration. Any dashboard in Enterprise 360, you can convert that into a report, and you can draw PDF reports and Excel reports. You can create different kinds of templates for reports. Again, report is a separate topic which deserves its own session. So watch out for another session wherein we're going to discuss about reports in Enterprise 360 as a main topic. And in that session, we're going to discuss about how do you create reports, how do you customize reports, how do you generate ad hoc reports and scheduled reports. So we're going to discuss about all these details in the reporting topic. So that's pretty much it for this session, and it covers the topics of various monitoring which is available in SNMP, the basic monitoring screens which are available in Enterprise 360 for troubleshooting network-related problems. And watch out for the next set of sessions for alerts, reports, and vendor-specialized dashboards which are coming up in the subsequent sessions. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you in another topic. Thank you.